common sense. You know, some things are law, and I'm all in favor of that. And some things are common sense. This is common sense.
President Donald Trump defends his travel ban. The Trump presidency is sparking a new movement by progressives who are taking a page from the conservative Tea Party.
Your child can walk and get a popsicle and walk home before the whole thing melts.
And the popsicle rule and how it relates to the future of San Diego living. This is KPBS Evening Edition. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Maya Trabulsi. A panel of federal judges is now considering President Trump's executive order banning travelers from 7 majority Muslim countries. That order was blocked last week in a lawsuit filed by Minnesota and Washington state. The states are saying the order is unconstitutional. The federal government says the president alone has the power to say who can come into the U.S. President Trump says he's willing to take the case all the way to the Supreme Court.
I mean, we have to have security in our country. We have to have the ability. When you take some place like Syria, you take all of the different people pouring around. And if you remember, ISIS said, we are going to infiltrate the United States and other countries through the migration. And then we're not allowed to be tough on the people coming in? Explain that one.
Court officials say a ruling is likely to come later this week. Vice President Mike Pence made history today, casting a tie-breaking vote in the Senate to confirm Betsy DeVos as Secretary of Education.
The Senate being equally divided, the Vice President votes in the affirmative and the nomination is confirmed.
This was the first time a vice president had to break a tie over a cabinet nominee. DeVos drew criticism for her lack of experience in public education and her longtime support of charter schools. And San Diego Unified Superintendent Cindy Martin says she hopes DeVos will notice success stories like her district's 92% graduation rate.
I think it's important that the new Secretary of Education is able to pay attention to strategies and research-based practices that work in our large systems before sweeping policy changes would be made.
Martin says she is especially concerned about funding for special education and programs for low-income students. A collection of progressive groups continue to converge on local lawmakers. They're part of a loosely coordinated national movement that sprang up after President Trump took office. KPBS reporter Steve Walsh has the story.
Starting at about noon, roughly 200 people began gathering out here in front of the offices of U.S. Senator Dianne Feinstein. They've actually been coming here for 3 weeks in a row. They want the senator to stand up to certain policies that they're already seeing out of the new Trump administration. This Tuesday, they wanted lawmakers to vote against Jeff Sessions for Attorney General and Trump's pick for U.S. Supreme Court Judge Neil Gorsuch. It's part of a grassroots effort to force lawmakers to push back against the Trump administration, the way the Tea Party pushed Republican lawmakers to the right.
We definitely saw the GOP run a really strong campaign around not allowing everything to pass through. And they really put up a wall against Obama and his administration. And we want to put up a wall against number 45 and his administration on some of the actions they're taking.
Together We Will is one of several progressive groups which sprung up since the inauguration, coming out of protests like the Women's March on Washington. They're under the loose umbrella Indivisible from the Indivisible Guide, an organizing handbook created by a group of congressional staffers. They're calling this particular event Resist Trump Tuesday. Not only are they targeting the offices of Senator Feinstein, they're also going up the street to Senator Kamala Harris's office. They've also sent representatives to Duncan Hunter and Darrell Iss's offices as well. Reporting from downtown San Diego, Steve Walsh, KPBS News.
And KPBS also spoke to the Tea Party of San Diego. A representative of that group says the so-called Tea Party of the left will burn out in the next few months. California defense attorneys would receive additional resources to help immigrants facing deportation under a new assembly bill. The measure would establish regional state-funded centers to educate public defenders on immigration law.
These criminal justice proceedings can have a very significant immigration consequences, and we need to make sure that the attorneys representing immigrants know what those consequences are and fully advise their clients.
Lawmakers say the legislation is a direct response to President Trump's recent anti-immigration rhetoric. President Trump and some Republicans in Congress are backing off on their pledge to immediately repeal Obamacare. KPBS health reporter Kenny Goldberg says a California-based consumer group believes the GOP has put itself in an impossible situation.
Donald Trump promised to get rid of Obamacare as soon as he took office.
Repealing Obamacare is one of the single most important reasons we must win on November 8th.
The president still calls it a disaster, but now says Congress might not repeal it until next year. Carmen Balber directs the Santa Monica-based nonprofit Consumer Watchdog. She says Republicans have no answer to the conundrum they've created.
Which is, we want to get rid of the mandate, we want to get rid of the taxpayer subsidies, but we don't want anyone to be mad about losing their coverage or paying more because they have a pre-existing condition.
As of last June, more than 121,000 San Diegans were enrolled in an Obamacare plan. A repeal would put their coverage in jeopardy. Kenny Goldberg, KPBS News.
New mixed-use developments are supposed to make denser communities more sustainable, convenient, and affordable places to live. But KPBS reporter Allison St. John says this goal is threatened by an emerging trend. While housing is in high demand, new retail storefronts can't find tenants.
Residents walk their dogs across an open space that will one day be a park at Civita, a new mixed-use development in Mission Valley. Mike Stepner was once the San Diego city architect and now teaches architecture. He says this project is an example of the kind of community San Diego needs to build to house its growing population.
And the idea is that you have a complete community, that here's a park that's going in that will run through the entire center. You have their own shopping. You have office buildings which will be going in that provide jobs.
Stepner says rather than building housing alone, new developments need to have a sustainable mix of homes, offices and shops. That means you don't always have to get in your car. You can walk if you need a loaf of bread or a pint of milk. His rule of thumb for a complete community is the popsicle rule.
Your child can walk and get a popsicle and walk home before the whole thing melts. And very few neighborhoods have we built in recent years that really provide for that kind of situation.
In Civita, hundreds of homes have already gone up. The developer, Sudbury Properties, plans to build a multi-story block here with housing above and shops, brew pubs and restaurants at street level.
Well, what's going to happen over here will be retail. Retail that will begin to serve all the residents that live in this area.
Stepner says this kind of mixed use is the way to make density more desirable.
I think you can build higher density housing. It has to be done right.
But mixed-use developments that have been in the planning stages for years in North County are now running into problems. This is Creekside, part of a larger mixed-use project in San Marcos. The housing that opened last year has about 60 affordable units and a waiting list of 700. But most of the storefronts at street level are still empty. Mayor Jim Desmond says the city is rethinking the project.
Well, that was the intent, is really to make this a walkable community, to where you didn't have to get into your car to go get a gallon of milk or to go to the dry cleaners or to a baker or something like that. That was the full intent. It was going to be retail on the first floors, maybe professional offices on the next floors, and then a residential up above. We actually had plans up to 7 stories, but it hasn't really worked. And we may still have retail on the corners now as opposed to the whole frontage strip. The retail stores, the mom and pop shops, are struggling now primarily because of the online sales. A lot of people, myself included, go to Amazon to buy things. It's sometimes quicker and easier to buy it online than it is to actually go to the store.
San Marcos is not the only city rethinking its mixed-use projects. Vista's Paseo Point opened last year with nearly 70 affordable housing units, but available for lease signs are still plastered on the windows of all the shop fronts below. At Breeze Hill, a relatively new shopping centre in Vista, the shop windows are all dark. The city has granted the developer a permit to knock it down and build 80 housing units instead. There's another reason this trend is important. San Marcos Mayor Jim Desmond says cities cannot pay for essential services on property taxes alone.
Property taxes don't even pay for police and fire. Sales tax is king. That's where we get most of our dollars to pay for the general fund.
Desmond says Proposition 13 in the 1970s put a limit on how fast property taxes could rise. Now, he says, cities have come to rely more and more on building new shops and retail to generate the sales tax they need to balance their budgets.
We saw in the last decade or two all the big boxes, we were all clamoring to get those to get sales tax dollars to help offset some of our costs.
Now, even some of the big box stores are closing as online shopping takes over. And the projected revenue from the retail and new mixed-use developments has not materialized as expected. In these North County communities, the model of sustainable communities where families could run out to the store or get a haircut without getting in their car is not working out as planners had hoped.
It's something that cities have to grapple with because it's a paradigm shift.
Allison St. John, KPBS News.
The California Department of Transportation is testing new traffic systems in San Diego aimed at preventing instances of wrong-way driving on state freeways. Wrong-way accidents spiked here and in Sacramento in 2015.
Wrong-way driving is actually, the collisions are actually pretty rare. They amount to less than 0.1% of all collisions on our highways. But when they do happen, their results are often pretty horrific.
And the new pilot program uses bigger wrong-way signs and reflectors. If those fail, a radar and camera on the exit ramp will snap a photo of the wrong-way driver's car and send it to law enforcement offices. Officials say most instances of wrong-way driving are caused by drunk drivers. A San Diego investment group is hoping to cash in on the state's legal marijuana market. Canopy San Diego is helping fledgling companies with an eye on potentially huge profits. KPBS reporter Eric Anderson has the story.
The San Diego-based Business Accelerator is celebrating its first graduates. 8 companies focused on the cannabis industry completed Canopy's 16-week business training.
We create biological soil additives that we believe can increase the oil production in cannabis by 100 to 200%.
Paula Young-Libby is the CEO of MycoCan. The technology that she's working with has already been proven in other farming applications. Libby is ready to help apply those lessons to the nascent legal pot industry.
If you can, double your production or triple your production without adding a single plant, without adding a single light, that's going to help the infrastructure. It's going to help the industry a lot.
Big agricultural companies won't touch cannabis-related businesses. In fact, Libby is bringing the biotechnology idea from a sister company in Georgia that already has a slice of the legal agricultural market. That firm is interested in the cannabis market but wanted legal distance from MycoCan because the risks are too large. Canopy San Diego steps in where established firms won't go.
Companies need the technology that we're developing.
Jack Scatizzi says the demand makes it easier to balance the risk and reward.
While it's still stigmatized, that represents a risk for entrepreneurs. So we're backing the people that are interested in taking that risk, and the ones that take the larger risk are going to have the higher reward.
Scatizzi says the medical marijuana industry in California is already worth $7 billion. He says the addition of recreational marijuana could double the market relatively quickly. Scatizzi says accepting the risk before all the legal questions are resolved means their firms are in a position to reap the rewards.
And we would like to have as many of our companies in the market as possible when adult rec use hits. And our goal with our companies is, especially with a Southern California focus, to really get as much market penetration in Southern California as possible, which will make them extremely attractive acquisition candidates from larger companies.
Canopy San Diego invests in startups that focus on marijuana-related products, but they won't work with firms that handle plants directly. That passes their risk threshold. The first companies to graduate the incubator are pretty diverse. Some offer software solutions for medical marijuana management. There's a system to handle inventory at cannabis-focused businesses. And Whitney Beatty's product is a luxurious carrying case.
If you keep your wine in a wine cooler and your liquor in a bar and your cigars in a humidor, why on earth are you keeping your high-quality cannabis in a shoebox?
Beatty is the founder of Apothecary Brands. Her high-end storage box is aimed at what could be a huge home market. Beatty says the incubator helped focus her business strategy.
The industry is really new. It's kind of like the Wild Wild West there. And so we need to have a group that has the ability to kind of get us in front of the people that we need to be in front of.
Canopy San Diego trains and focuses companies in exchange for a financial share of the startups. The investors hope the payoff comes when the cannabis market matures and their graduates become acquisition targets. Eric Anderson, KPBS News.
The Oceanside Pier is undergoing repairs that will cost the city more than $1 million this year. Crews are reinforcing the concrete approach ramp that is 90 years old. The wooden part of the pier has been replaced 5 times already at that location. It is the longest wooden pier on the West Coast. The latest storm in California's ongoing wet winter hit cities in the north of the state hard, causing rock and mudslides. And this is south of San Francisco. San Diego is getting let off a little easier. Shanae Shocker has tonight's forecast.
Another storm onshore across the Pacific Northwest. That's actually bringing in a lot of moisture down across central California and even reaching into Los Angeles and San Diego County for this evening. Now, we saw just under about 1/4 of an inch of rainfall across the county. Now, working our way up north, you're obviously seeing heavier bouts of rainfall around San Francisco into the Fresno area, as well as that heavier mountain snow across the Sierras. Into Reno, also seeing some of those showers. So travel up north definitely going to be an issue as we head throughout the rest of these couple of days. But around San Diego, we take a look at our what's going on for tonight. Low cloud cover, so we're going to start to decrease in the chances of those showers for tonight. 57 degrees, so we could see some potential delays in and out of the airports because of these lower clouds. Now, as we head up north, still a couple of showers going to be possible out, as you head out towards Long Beach and into Los Angeles. For tonight, though, we are going to stay very cloudy into Ramona, Alpine. Temperatures relatively mild for our lows tonight. Borrego Springs, partly cloudy conditions, but we will see just a glimpse of those stars. Now into Wednesday, that rain's going to retreat up into Northern California. So the Southern California coast going to warm up just slightly, especially as you head inland and into the deserts. Late week, however, we're going to see chances of rain return across the board here, but more so just like some showers. A look at your 5-day outlook for the coast. Afternoon rain for your Friday, but your Thursday going to warm up into the 70s. We'll cool back off as we head into the weekend, back into the 60s as well. Inland, once again, we're going to warm up for our Thursday. 78 degrees, a very warm day, partly sunny skies. And then as we head into the weekend, we'll cool back off for our Saturday. Mixture of clouds and sunshine here, 60 degrees for our high. Into the mountains, we're even getting into those mid-70s here on our Thursday. Our lows going to be pretty steady, though by Saturday, our coolest day over the next 5 days, we're looking at 47 degrees for our high and 27 for our low. So still going to cool off to kick off our weekend. Out in the deserts, wow, we are certainly warm here. 85 degrees on our Thursday, cooling off as we head into the weekend. We'll drop into the 70s and we'll see mostly sunny and nice skies. For KPBS, I'm Shanae Shocker.
Are you one of the millions of Americans who chowed down on hot wings and spicy guacamole while watching the Super Bowl last weekend? Well, you might think you like it hot, but one scientist and chef says that might all be in your head. Luke Groskin explains.
A lot of people enjoy, stuff that is painful. So I was one of these persons that say, oh, I eat always chili pepper. I can eat more and more and get accustomed to that and get to the next step and get always hotter chili. In reality, it's not so simple. Most of the time, you're, oh, it's hot, and then you take another one and say, well, it will be less, and it's even more. It's not that more you eat, less you perceive that.
Marco Tizzano is an investigator at the Monell Chemical Senses Center, whose interest in the science of spicy didn't begin in a lab.
Nights and weekends I was working as a chef, and I was fascinated by the idea of the other type of perception, of sensory perception, how they works. And that is how I started my adventure in science.
And while Dr. Tizzano can cook many delicious dishes, his research has little to do with taste and smell. Instead, his focus is on chemesthesis.
Chemesthesis is practically the science that study the perception of the pain transmitted by the trigeminal nerve,
which branches out from a central ganglion in your head down throughout your nose, mouth, and eyes.
And so all these processes will just transmit the sensation from this periphery part to this central ganglion and give you a sensation of pain or cold or warmth, depending what you are using as stimuli.
In the case of chili peppers, that stimuli is a molecule known as capsaicin, which causes a burning sensation amongst other maladies. How does one molecule achieve such a lasting effect?
Capsaicin is a molecule that will bind specifically to a class of receptors that are called TRPV. And they are in mucosas, like the mouth, the nose, the eyes. So imagine capsaicin like a key and the receptor TRPV1 like a door. When the capsaicin will bind to the door, will open the receptor, and the receptor will allow ion to run through it. This change of potential will be transmitted through the nerve to the central nervous system, to the brain, and that is where you get the pain sensation of the heat. But then locally, there is this release of a neurotransmitter that is called substance P and CGRP, and those are the ones that will cause you the swelling, the pain, and the other sensation. But then there is also fibers in the nose. You will activate there a local inflammation, and that is why you have a runny nose or sneezing, and because the same nerve is also stimulating the eyes, then you will have your watering eyes.
And because the whole reaction is meant to protect you from what your body has deemed unhealthy, there are few methods to stop the process. You can't drink water because
the sensation will come back again because capsaicin is still stuck on the receptor. Another way is to drink something that contains fat, like milk, or something that contains alcohol, like beer, because the alcohol and fat in the milk will actually move that from the receptor.
So what if you expose the system over and over again? Can you actually desensitize it?
So there is all these studies that demonstrate that very short presentation of a capsaicin molecule in a very short time frames will cause you to sensitize the receptor. Perception of that will be stronger and stronger and stronger until you stop because you cannot bear that anymore.
The pain does diminish eventually, but that's not because you've gained a tolerance to the chemical.
What happens is that the receptor will not desensitize, but it will internalize inside the membrane of the fibers, because you want to protect the nerve from getting damaged.
If the pain does seem to go away in the long term, you might actually be damaging your nerves.
If there is somebody more sensitive to that, it may damage that system, and also sometimes you cannot come back from that, and you will lose that system.
And if all of this doesn't convince you that you can't just build tolerance to spicy food, just remember, it's all in your head anyway.
There is several studies that demonstrate that if you eat hot pepper, or if you have a person that don't eat hot pepper, and you provide them different concentration of chili pepper, both of them will describe with no statistical difference that these chili pepper were unbearable or mild or very bland. And that is because the people that eat the hot pepper still perceive that as a pain, but they enjoy it. You eat that and say, oh, I can do that, but it's just because you want to do that, but it's very painful anyway.
Very interesting, and you can see more stories just like that one on SciTech Now, Sundays at 5:30 right here on KPBS.
I'm John Yang. On the next news hour, the Senate votes on President Trump's controversial pick for Education Secretary. That's Tuesday on the PBS NewsHour.
It has 12 bedrooms, 21 bathrooms, and 5 bars, and it's the most expensive home listed in the United States. Haven Daly of the Associated Press gives us an inside look.
It may be the most expensive home ever sold in the U.S. 38,000 square feet, 21 bathrooms, 12 bedrooms and countless luxury amenities. This fresh Bel Air mansion, fit for a prince, can be yours for a whopping $250 million. Developer Bruce Makowski, who specializes in building mansions for billionaires, says living in the home is like being a kid in a candy store for the super rich.
It didn't make sense to me that people were spending $250 million on a boat, $100 million on a plane, and they're living in $20 and $30 million homes. So what I'm doing is I'm taking that same sensibility for the super wealthy, and I'm creating these incredibly beautiful luxury homes in the most beautiful place in the world, LA.
The property includes some eye-popping perks, including a 40-seat indoor theater and a hydraulic pop-up outdoor theater inside a glass tile infinity swimming pool.
And just this feeling of the water running and having a 260-degree view of all of Southern California, it doesn't get any better.
The mega mansion also has a 4-lane bowling alley, a bar with one of the largest custom TVs ever built inside a private home, a fully stocked wine cellar, and a fully equipped fitness center and massage room. The owner can come home in style thanks to an auto gallery filled with classic cars, valued at more than $30 million, and be greeted by 7 full-time staff members whose salaries for 2 years are included in the price.
You don't want to leave this place. You just literally do not want to leave it. You don't have to leave it. Every service in the world is in this house, and you want to have as many friends and family come over to enjoy it as possible.
If Makowski is able to get his asking price, it'll be the highest ever paid for an LA home, surpassing the sale of the famous Playboy Mansion last year, which went for $100 million. Haven Daily, Associated Press, Los Angeles.